All right, there we go. Sorry about the delay, folks. Here we go. NDBA opening day. It's the very first game between the St. Catharines Cobras and the Thorold Anchors. I'm your host, Corey LeBlanc, at That One News Guy on Twitter. So, welcome. Now in the bottom of the first inning, Cobras batting after a 1-2-3 first inning. And we'll bring it to the action. We'll give you the starting lineup for the Cobras right after this batter here. Rookie Sean Silva, number 14 for the Cobras this season. Don't know much about Sean yet, but I'm sure we'll learn as the season goes on. He takes outside, ball one. Well, we'd like to welcome you to NDBA Baseball. Those of you who are with us today, let us know what you're most excited to see this season, whether it's a Cannons repeat, maybe your favorite team takes a big step this year. Let us know in the comments. We're talking about the best NDBA moments from last season. We're talking about what we're looking forward to this season. Here's a pop-up from Silva into center field. Catch was made by Cole Youngblood out there. One down. So we'll bring up a familiar face. This is Colin Donnelly, number 38 for the Cobras. Donnelly batted .386 all of last season. And he takes a first pitch strike. And he swings through that one, up the middle, a base hit. So Donnelly's season starts with a rope of a single. And he's got his team up. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineup for your St. Catharines Cobras. And we'll look at just this roster sheet here that I've taken a picture of so graciously. So we got Sean Silva playing third base and leading off. Colin Donnelly followed behind him. Serge Gervais, who we'll see bat in a minute here. Ryan Gaznick, Joe Meisner, newcomer Reed Ackland, Owen Nari, Lloyd Tukler, and we have some scratches out here, and Cole Stewart leading out. Cobra's lineup was admittedly a little bit scrambled getting to the field today, as per usual. But they figured it out, and here we go. We got one down for Serge Gervais. He takes, and it's 1-1. Of course, we know what senior baseball is like. You never know what kind of lineup you're going to get day in and day out. Cobras had players come to the field today, take warm-ups, head out. Serge Gervais took a rocket off the shoulder in warm-ups from behind the mesh screen. No worse for wear, he's up here. And he's taken all the way for a strike. 3-1. And that's down low. All four. So it doesn't take long for the Cobras to get into scoring position here with just one out. Hey, here comes the number 4 hitter, Ryan Gaznick. Another familiar face for the hometown Cobras. Gaznick batted .311 last season, all of 2022. It's another wily vet from the St. Catharines roster. So a little chat on the mound here for the young pitcher. Right, the starter is Ben Dabrowski. Remember Ben from last year as a rookie, now in his second year. And he's the opening day starter for the Thorold Anchors here against the Cobras. And a big swing and a miss for a strike. Ben cuts one in there, strike two. That was a good breaking ball from the youngster. Ben checks the runner, then deals. And Gaznik fouls it back over the screen. And out of play. We're doing a lot on today's stream. Giving away 4-pack tickets for the Welland Jackfish Baseball Club. And we'll be talking to Kyle D'Angela shortly. Probably in the 4th inning. We'll talk about some Thorold news. That one blops in. And the play is to second base, 1 down. As Gervais cut down on his way to second. So the Anchors get 1, and now there's 2 down. Joe Meisner will step in. Meisner has the best batting average among his teammates in 2022. Of course, he had a handful of games less played and a few less at-bats than his peers. And there he looks at strike 1. And this is early, but I'll say Ben Dabrowski has had good command so far. His breaking ball is working. He's gotten a little bit of trouble here, but no damage so far. Dabrowski peeks in. Check swing from Meisner. And he does hold up on the check. Hey, we got some chat. Jason asks, is this on YouTube? It is. Just search NDBA Senior on YouTube. Should be live. That is the preferred way to watch us. There, Gaznik takes a big cut. And at the same time, Gaznik makes his way to second base on the stolen base. So 2-2 to Meisner now. Dabrowski looking to get out of the early jam. Hems it in there, and he loses him. So that'll load up the bases. And we've got another newcomer here. This is Reed Ackland. Picked up in the offseason by the Cobras. Makes the opening day roster, and now he bats out of the 6th spot. And he'll take strike 1. Dabrowski challenging. Big swing and a miss there. 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 down. And Dabrowski deals to Reed Ackland. And he got him. Strike 3. In and out of a jam goes Ben Dabrowski in inning number 1 as it comes to a close. No score. We'll be right back after this break. All right, quick break, and we're back for inning number 2, top of the second, as we'll see the visiting team anchors back here. This is number 4 batter Dan Smith. Leading things off for Thorold, he takes a strike. For those of you who don't know, that's Matt Skubal on the mound for the Cobras tonight, opening day starter. Cobras won all of 5 games last year, and the Anchors won 6. This one will be all important to start things off for both clubs. Gain some momentum as Smith taps it lightly back to Skubal, who was able to go to first and make the play, 1 down. So let's quickly look at the Thorold Anchors lineup. Photo today is courtesy of the Thorold Anchors. Look at that. Leadoff batter Dan Bokeson, Dylan Dempsey, Tony Brown, then Dan Smith, Kevin Hasty, newcomer Dalton Porscheisen, Luis Rodriguez, Connor Gamble, and it rounds out with Dan Krasulja. And Cole Youngblood is the roundout batter on the bottom there, as we just missed a single from Kevin Hasty through the left side. And the Thorold Anchors have their first base hit of 2023, courtesy of Kevin Hasty. Now this is the newcomer Dalton Porscheisen. Takes a strike from Skubal. And he rips that one foul down the line. Thank you for joining us today for NDBA Baseball. It's a beautiful night here at George Taylor Field. And if you stick with us tonight at some point, we'll be giving away a 4-pack of tickets for the Welland Jackfish Baseball Club. Those are flex tickets. They go to any game, and they are VIP. And we thank the Welland Jackfish Baseball Club for providing those for us today. So stick with us. That one's away. So we got 1 and 2. Go with the windup, and that's cut on and fouled back, so we'll redo. Thorold Anchors had a bit of a up and down regular season here in the NDBA, but of course rallied and won in their OBA championship game. That was a beautiful moment last season. 1-2 again from Scooble. Upstairs, 2-2. We haven't talked enough about Cobras and some of the changes they've made in the offseason. That breaking ball runs inside, so the count is full. Cobras have 2 newcomers in the lineup tonight. That one runs inside as well, ball 4. So Scooble gets up early, but he loses for Chasen. And there's 2 on, 1 down. Now comes Luis Rodriguez, third-year player. He and his brother Jose broke in together, and Luis stuck around. And he's now become a regular in this Thorold Anchors lineup, a dangerous bat and a versatile fielder, pitcher. That one check swing, and it's foul. 1-1. One and one to Rodriguez. That one's belted into left field, a base hit. Coming around is Hasty, but throwing up the stop signs is third base coach. Oh boy, Chris over there threw up the stop signs, and Hasty almost blew right through him. So now the bases are loaded all of a sudden. Derry in a little bit of trouble here. 1 down. This is Owen Nahi. Oh, sorry, this is not Owen Nahi. This is Connor Gamble for the Thorold Anchors. My bad. Gamble in his second year as an anchor, third in the NDBA. He was part of that St. Catharines Junior Cobras team that eventually migrated over to Thorold. Starting pitcher tonight is also part of that team. So Derry had a 1-2-3 first inning, but he's fallen off here in the second. And there's a strike. Get him back on center. 2-1. That one swung through and fouled off. Big swing from Gamble there. Derry from the stretch. Cut on and miss. Strike 3. A huge strikeout from Derry. 2 down. And also a good snag right there from Gaznik on the tip. That coming at a huge time for the Cobras, trying to preserve the 0-0 game. And now this is Dan Krisulja. now in his 4th year as an anchor. And he's quickly down here in the count. So Derry, you got to be smart here to work around this bases loaded 1-out jam that has now become a 2-out 0-2 pitch. Way outside. Silja batted 200 last season. As a player that comes in and out of the lineup. But he's the catcher tonight. 2-2. That one's chopped foul. Got this field level view tonight. We will be exploring a bunch of different camera angles as we take our camera to different parks this season. That one's driven back up the middle of base hit. Hasty's in. Coming around, but getting a stop sign over there is Corshayson. And it's a 2-out single for Dan Crisulja, the first RBI of the 2023 season. That one's back up the middle of base hit. Corshayson in. Coming around hard is Rodriguez. The throw is not in time. It is a 2-out, 2-run single for Cole Youngblood. Anchor's up 3-0. How about that slide by Rodriguez, too? We'll catch that on the highlights later. That one's popped straight up. Gaznick under it. And he'll bobble. Boy, the outfield started running in like the inning was over. Their short-handed catcher uncharacteristically bobbles one. And the inning continues. Let's see if it'll cost him here. This is the leadoff batter, Dan Bocastine, 0 for 1. That one's in the dirt. So we had our first runs across, top second here. 3-run inning so far for the Anchors. That one's well outside. Find that Derry's a good pitcher until he gets himself into these kind of jams. And then the longer these innings go on, the less effective he becomes. Big swing and a miss there from Boak. The 8th batter of the inning for the Anchors now. Boak pops that one into left field, coming on and making the catch. Oh my, what a grab from Owen Narhi out there. He come on and absolutely robbed Dan Bocastine of a base hit. So that's how the inning ends. 3 on the board for the Anchors in the top of the second. Bottom 2 coming up next. Welcome back, NDBA fans. We're in the bottom of the second inning now. Leading things off here for the Cobras is Owen Nari. We just saw him made a spectacular catch in left field to end the inning. And there's a strike. Cut on and miss from Nari there. Strike two. Dabrowski wasting no time so far tonight. Stealing is almost like he's got a 30-second pitch counter up there. That one's popped back up the middle. Charging on is Dempsey, and he's in time, makes the play. One down. So Derry cut down to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Here comes Steve Derry. Oh no, sorry, this looks like Lloyd Tukler. But again, the Cobras were a little bit of a mess getting in today. This one popped into the right side foul line and dropped. Can't see that far over in the right side, which is the downside to this field level angle. There he pops that one to the right side. Coming on and making the catch is Tony Brown, 2 down. Now we'll have Steve Derry. That one's fouled back to the fence by Derry. 1-1. Dabrowski sets. And that one's down away. Silja known back there in the Thorold backstop for his blocking ability. That one's in there, strike two. See the umpire initial 2-2 there. Two down in the inning. Dabrowski deals. Just a bit low. So now the count's loaded up. Derry's worked himself into a full one. And Dabrowski the pitch. Popped way back. Up over us here in the booth. Redo the 3-2. That one's down away. So Good at bat there from Derry. Works a walk. And the Cobras have a man aboard here in the bottom of the second. 2 down. This is Cole Stewart. Number 13 for the Cobras, second season with the team. Brother Corey not in the lineup tonight. Derry takes an aggressive lead. Stewart cuts through it, and he's quickly down 0-2. Stewart's in center field tonight, and he pops that one foul, so he stays alive. Seeing so far a very promising start from the young Dabrowski. And if the Anchors could use anything, it's a reliable right-handed pitcher in their lineup. Derry off. The throw from Kasulja not in time. So Derry gets a good jump, and he steals himself a base. Dabrowski deals again. Cut on and miss. Strike 3. Oh, the kid's got no problem so far. Dabrowski shuts the door. Cobras leave him stranded. 3-0 Anchors. Top 3 coming up. All right, welcome back. Top of the third inning between the Anchors and Cobras. 3-0 is the score for Thorold. And we have a new pitcher for the Cobras. This is Blair McNeil. In his first season as a Cobra, He's coming over from the Fort Erie Cannons. Actually, he and Josh Jackson coming from the Cannons as part of a flurry of players who've come over from Fort Erie to the St. Catharines Cobras team. Of course, last year it was Serge Gervais, and this one is popped up and deep. Going back as Nari's not going to get there. Chugging hard is Dempsey. He's going to go for 3. No, he's going to hold up. It's a lead-off double for Dylan Dempsey. So now here comes Tony Brown. Anchors have something going here in the top of the 3rd inning already. That one fouled back. Take your time to look at some of the comments here. We got Freddie Zalotti asking, what's it look like the kid's throwing on Thorold breaking ball wise? And from what I can tell up here, it looks like he's got a nice little slider. And that cut fastball looked okay too. It had some movement on it. But it's mostly just that. That slider in combination with the curveball. Curveball didn't look like he was working. He abandoned it pretty early. But the slider's been there. And the changeup's been working. It's getting swings. So there's a big cut there from Brown. And he's down on strikes, 1 away. As I mentioned, this is Blair McNeil coming over from the Fort Erie Cannons at pitcher now for the Cobras. And if you think about what the Cannons already had at pitcher, it just made sense probably for McNeil to come over here where he can get a little more playing time. He could be a regular in the bullpen for them. This one's on the ground. Ranging there, making the play is McNeil. And he wisely checks on Dylan Dempsey over there at 3rd. So there's 2 down. This is Kevin Hasty. Singled in the 2nd inning, later scored on an RBI single from Dan Krisulja. Neil stands in and pitches down away. Oh. AC, a very patient batter. And he's one of the few guys in this league that just no gloves it. Just an absolute menace with a bat in his hands. That one's away as well. It's 3-0 to Kevin Hasty. You'll notice the runner on 3rd there. That's Dylan Dempsey. He led things off with a double. Now we got 2 down. In there, strike 1. Looks like Blair let his hair grow out over the offseason too. He's got like the Tim Lincecum going on back there as he loses Kevin Hasty. And now there are runners on the corners for Luis Rodriguez. Oh, and it looks like we got a new batter here. Take strike one. Not a new batter. Strike on the outside corner. So we're just looking up here, this Dalton Procession. Hoping to say that right now. Big cut and a miss. And there's the inning. So Blair McNeil into some trouble, quickly out of it. Bottom three coming up. Anchors 3, Cobras 0. We'll be right back. Right, welcome back, baseball fans. Bottom of the third inning here. Home half of the inning. And the Cobras trailing by 3 runs. We still got Ben Dabrowski on the hill. Did overhear one substitution being made on the part of the Cobras. As we will have James Spence into the game for Lloyd Tukler. There's a strike. Well, we're glad that you could join us here for opening day 2023. Here at George Taylor Field. We got a good crowd actually on hand tonight. This one's to the right side. Hasty under it makes the play. Sorry, that's Dan Smith over there at first base. Out of our field of view. Bob Etche in the comments. Welcome back, boys. Good to see you, Bob. Thanks for joining us tonight. Of course, Bob and NDBA faithful. So now we got Colin Donnelly. That after Sean Silva popped out to the right side. Donnelly singled and was stranded at third base in the first inning. This one popped up. Ranging over there is Dalton Procession, the new shortstop for the Thorold Anchors, 2 down. There's always got to be one name. So now here we got Serge Gervais, as he takes a big swing and a miss. Dabrowski keeping him off their toe, or keeping them off balance tonight. Gervais pops that one into left. And coming on and making the play there was Dan Bocastine to end the inning. So 1, 2, 3 go the Cobras in the third. Top 4 coming up. Still 3-0 Anchors coming right back. Welcome back, top 4. As we got Blair McNeil back on the hill for the Cobras, and joining me now in the booth is Thorold Anchors pitcher Kyle D'Angela. Kyle, thanks for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
We're going to talk about some Thorold Anchors news and some stuff maybe you saw in the preseason. What do you think of your team so far?
From what I've heard that we've gotten a lot better from last year. I know we've had some big shoes to fill with some of the guys that retired this offseason.
Right.
But,
of course, we're talking about Russ McEwen, and we're talking about Chris Cholfi, who's not playing this year as well, right?
That and Jacob Maxwell and Daly's, all of them retired. So we got some pretty big holes in the roster. But from what I've heard from the coaching staff, the players, I think we're set for a pretty good season this year. We got some new young guys bringing a lot to the table, and should do well this year.
Yeah, talk about some of those young guys. We're seeing, obviously, Ben Dabrowski pitch tonight. He's having a great start. He's one of course, second-year players that come over from that young Cobras team a couple seasons ago.
Yeah.
Talk about what bringing them in has kind of done to rejuvenate you guys. You were a young, older team before.
Yeah, well, Obviously, for this year, they had a lot of guys who are nearing into the career. Obviously, you like to have grizzled veterans around, right? They're good leaders, good guys to have around in the dugout for sure. But new guys are always good to have around. Like they always like to push each other, fight for spots, increase competition, make guys work harder, especially the older guys who think that that they're locked in for the spot. Now they got to work a little harder to, earn innings and earn starts.
Sorry, there's a walk to Luis Rodriguez real quick there as we're back underway. And yeah, that's been kind of like the focal point of you guys getting to kind of this state where you guys are right in the running for league. I'm trying to say that you guys are on the upswing, basically.
Compared to last year, definitely.
Right, you definitely want to improve on a 5-win season, and you guys have been steadily climbing through the ranks over the last couple of years. It's been fun to see. I feel like that starts and ends with some of the young guys, including yourself. I mean, you had an MVP caliber season last year. Obviously, you're telling me you feel great. Just talk to me. Are you optimistic for this year individually yourself?
Oh, definitely. I had a very good season away at school there. I had a lot more innings than seasons past, so I got some more experience in tough situations, critical situations. Look forward to bringing that over into the Niagara Senior Men's Baseball and for the Anchors.
Talk to me a little bit about Dalton Procession. I haven't heard anything about him, but he's been MIA for a while, and he's your new shortstop this year. What does he bring to the club?
So, from what I've heard from Aaron Schoaf and some of the players, that he's going to be the everyday shortstop, and he's going to be, as of right now, he's going to be one of the late game guys, one of the closers.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty good fastball and a pretty knockout curveball as well to go with it. So I think he'll have a lot of success, definitely in that closer role for us.
Yeah, right on. Okay, so we're learning some new things that I had no idea was even a multi-threat. So there we go. You're giving the scouting report for all the other teams listening here today. No, but that's good. I think we can come to expect, like, from you guys, a challenging game now, night in and night out. There's not a night, I would say, anymore in this league where you come to the ballpark and you're going to get a victory, and that's good for the league. That's great all around. And also, I wanted to take your hot take for 2023.
Where the Anchors are going to finish, you think, or
sure,
how the league's going to wind up?
How many times is Aaron going to get tossed, or? Whatever's on your mind.
Aaron's always got our back.
No, absolutely.
Whenever one of our players does something he shouldn't do or starts to talk to an umpire, he's always there behind us to make sure that we stay in the game, and he'll gladly get thrown out if it means one of our players gets to stay in.
Mm-hmm. What do you make of this team out in Beamsville? Taking in some extra mileage for the 2023 season.
Well, it's nice to see that we've I guess we've moved westward to get more Niagara players involved, like the guys who maybe live out in West Lincoln, Wayne, Fleet, Grimsby, who don't want to commute all the way to Welland or to Catharines or Niagara Falls. They get a chance to maybe start playing in the league, and definitely if they want to come watch games, get more people involved out that way, which is nice.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to see even an expansion coming around here. We're due with the amount of new guys who are knocking at the door, and with the amount of interest. I heard every team had to cut players this year, which is something that we very rarely see in this league anymore. And honestly, we're one coach shy from an 8th team here. As that one's really close to turning 2. Priscilla legs one out, though. What's that? Or was that Youngblood over there? That looks like the young child.
Then what's up to bat?
Oh, there he is. Yeah, okay.
That's Dan in first
Yeah,
base.
Dan over there, yeah. I was certain that's what I saw the first time. Yeah. Youngblood's another one of those X factors for you guys. He's cracked the opening day lineup, and
Oh yeah, that was
there we go, right over our head back here.
probably a shock to many, but I'm glad to see it. I know last year he didn't get much playing time, but he really worked hard in the offseason. Now he's going to be a big part of our outfield going forward.
Absolutely, he looks super confident standing in there already tonight.
Oh yeah, he's seen the ball well.
And he's got 2 RBIs to his name already. He's a big part of why you guys are up right now. Be so important to stay up. That one shot into left field, but Nari over there making another good play. He's had good range over there in left today. He's already made a diving catch. Catch that one on SportsCenter later. I'll bring you up to speed, and I'll bring everyone listening up to speed about what the plans are this year as far as NDBA streaming goes. We have 19 dates on the docket. We'll be streaming basically twice a week from now until the end of the regular season. Stolen base there from Dan Krasuga. I'm gonna butcher that name 10 more times too.
I still butcher it too. I'm his teammate.
We're already struggling with Dalton, and I've known Dan for the better part of 5 years now, and I still just can't get it. Good block there from Gaz, but he's lost it. That was always so tough. That's why I could never personally play back catcher. I was always really good at blocking the ball, but keeping track of it was the hardest part. You can't see anything past that visor. I know you feel that sentiment. Whereabouts do you play if you're not pitching?
Nowadays for the Anchors, I think they have out in center field.
Oh, right on.
Historically, I used to be catcher and first baseman.
Oh, really?
But I think I made the transition to center field whenever Aaron needs me.
Or backup catcher whenever Dan.
It's the thing. We got a couple catchers ahead of me, thank God, because I don't know if I'd be too good nowadays back there.
I can feel that. I can feel the ache in the knees for you. Yeah. It's the reason we don't do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the third walk issued from Blair McNeil this inning. He's loaded up the bases. But he does have 2 outs. No, he has 1 out. He has 1 out. So he's really in a jam here. Bases loaded. Getting lost in the conversation. We're losing focus on the game here. But this really has been a good one. Anchors 3, Cobras 0. If you're just joining us, Anchors up 3 on 3 runs in the second inning. Second-year player Cole Youngblood, 2 RBI. Nice hit. That one's away. So McNeil falling off here. Of course, when McNeil was a cannon, he did have some very effective innings and some very effective appearances out of the bullpen for them, but he tends to fall off after the first inning. We see that a lot from him. I like his release. He comes in over the top. Very, very deceptive when you're standing up there. I don't know. What do you make of it?
Oh, definitely. And he's got a little bit of like an open stance, I think, so that helps him hide the ball a little bit better as well.
There it is. Strike 3. Cut down, and he can't believe it. He's still waiting. All right, Kyle, thanks for joining us so much. We'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Maybe we'll get some post-game reaction. And yeah, have a great season, man. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Welcome back, sports fans. Bottom of the fourth inning. Anchors 3, Cobras 0. We are right back into the swing of this now. 2023 NDBA home opener. And we just talked to Kyle D'Angela through the fourth inning. Well, his team managed to load up the bases and get nothing. Still 3-0. And there's a strike. This is still a young Ben Dabrowski up on the mound. This is his fourth inning of work. He's gotten in a jam a couple of times, but really nothing too much to sing at here. And he walks the leadoff batter. That's Ryan Gaznick. This will bring up Joe Meisner. Walked in the first. Stranded by the Reed Ackland strikeout. But he's got one on with nobody down here in the fourth. His team trailing by 3. That one's cranked into left field. Curling foul. Meisner way ahead of that one, but he got a hold of it. Would have been off the left field fence if he kept it fair. Off on the pitch and cranking that one into left field and making the catch over there. What a grab. That's Dan Bocastine again. The left fielders in this game so far. So Meisner gets a hold of one. Bocastine says no, and it's one down here. In the bottom of the fourth inning. This is Reed Ackland taking one down low. Going again, and he got a good jump. Gaznick is safe at second. Second stolen base tonight for the Cobras. That one cuts inside, ball 1. So if you're still with us, we have a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to an upcoming Welland Jacks Fish Baseball Club game. Chance for that in the 6th inning. Just keep with us. That one shot right to first base. Caught on. And not in time to get Gaz at second. A good play there by Dan Smith at first to snag the rope off the bat of Ackland. But not in time to get Gaznick. He lunges back in time. So with 2 outs, they'll switch out for the catcher. Not sure what Stonewall's out to discuss here. Can't have an issue with the call on the field. The runner's safe. So now that's all sorted out. And we're back to the action here. Dabrowski dealing. He's got 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. And his team clinging to a 3-0 lead. Gaznik on second. Batter now is Owen Nari. Pops that one foul. A perfect spring night for baseball. This is one of the first home openers in recent memory that actually took place on the scheduled date. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. We've had bouts with rain in almost every spring, going back to, I think, 2019. It's been a while. 2023 has been kind to us so far. That one's well outside. Checking on the runner at second, but not in time. Gaz back with lots of time there. Procession definitely snuck in there, though. He's done that a few times before. Told it was an 8-year absence for Procession. That one's chopped to the right side. Overshooting, but getting at in time to retire the side. So Gaznik makes his way to second base, but is stranded. The Cobras still trail the Anchors 3-0. Top 5 is next. Welcome back, sports fans, from our brief break. Just like to remind you that tonight's action is brought to you by the Thorold Medical Pharmacy. I'd like to thank all of our league sponsors for sticking with us through the 2023 season. Freddie Zalotti really thought the Cobras would get 3 already. But the defense has been good all around. You know, really outside of that second inning, there hasn't really been much to report. So leading off here, there's Tony Brown taking a shot into right center field, and he's going to chug for second and make it there in time. Tony Brown with a big pop-up celly. Lead-off double in the top of the 5th. New pitcher for the Cobras, by the way. This is Eric Houghton on the mound, second-year player. And he'll pitch now to Dan Smith, strike one. Smith 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to the pitcher and the first baseman. And he takes that one away. Good block from Gaz. This one shot into right center as well, and that'll plop down in front of the center fielder, Cole Stewart. Stewart gets it in quickly enough to hold the runner at third. Of course, the Anchors have no need to get that runner across, other than insurance. So they'll play it safe here with nobody out. The Kevin Hasty coming up now for the Anchors. Riley Turpin says he's missing the home opener, but it's pretty cool that he can watch Listen from home. Appreciate it. We hope to bring you that all season long this year. And our viewers all over the world. Some from Florida, Dominican, Cuba last season, to name a few. There's Kevin Hasty. He just took ball one. Hasty lines a shot there to second base. Caught and doubled up. What a play. There's Steve Derry at second base, making the play. And the Cobras needed that desperately. Line shot taken by Steve Derry. And he doubles up Dan Smith at first. So Houghton now in a much favorable situation with two down and a runner on third. Batter now is Dalton Procession. Dennis Johnson asked, is Luis Rodriguez playing today? He is. He's actually the next batter on deck. Assuming he's not been replaced in this game. So Procession makes his way down. And yeah, here he comes. Number 37, Luis Rodriguez, will make his way to the batter's box. With runners on the corners and two down. Chance for him to cash in here. He's 1 for 1 today with a single. Holds up on that, ball one. Houghton deals. Up top, 2-0. That one's popped back to Derry at second. He knocks it down and fires in time to get Rodriguez. It's a little bit of a bobble over there by Meisner at first, but he recovers in time to make the play. No runners come across there. Still 3-0 Anchors over the Cobras. Bottom fifth coming up. Hey, welcome back, fans. Bottom of the 5th inning. Anchors 3, Cobras 0. New pitcher for Thorold. We had Ben Dabrowski, and now we have Max Dabrowski on the mound. Dabrowski brothers looking to go the distance today against the Cobras. And Max hems it in there, strike one. Max, a newcomer to this Thorold team. And this is our first look at the kid. And he starts off James Spence 0-2. So we may have a pitcher here, folks. Hang on. That one's well outside, 1-2. One, two. Popped into center field, the base hit. So James Spence with the defensive swing chops it into center field. And the Cobras have early life here in the bottom of the 5th. Down by 3. And now here's number 2, Steve Derry for the Cobras. Longtime vet of this club. And many others, actually, throughout the NDBA. Takes that one down. Derry walked in the 2nd inning. Stole his way to second base and then was abandoned there. Cobras have only had 5 base runners all night. Six if you include James Spence over there at first base. That one's inside. So far I have Max Dabrowski. You can see some speed. Now we can go to the breaking ball. We've seen it once or twice already. That one's inside, and he loses it. Ball 4. So in trouble early is young Max Dabrowski. This is the most the Cobras have threatened since the 1st inning when they loaded him up. And now here comes Cole Stewart. Struck out swinging in the 2nd. Had 2 or 3 fairly good swings in that at bat. Oh, and 1. Runners on the move, but bunted foul, and that one looks like it caught Chris Yulja a bit in the back. He's a bit slow to get up. Looked like the Cobras were going for a little bit of small ball there. Wasn't quite executed the way they wanted. And now the bun's off with 2 strikes. Stewart will be forced to choke up here. Down 1-2. Down away. Runners are holding. Another good block from Crisciolda behind the plate. In case you're just joining us, Anchors 3, Cobras 0. Anchors all the damage in the top of the 2nd inning. Cole Youngblood with a 2 RBI single better part of the difference so far. It's all full now. Cole Stewart versus Max Dabrowski. The payoff pitch. Hits him. And now something's brewing here for the Cobras. Of course, if you watch the NDBA, you know that this Anchors team is known for their one inning where everything just seems to unravel. Could this be that inning for Thorold? Because now this looks like a manager's meeting. Aaron McInnes is going to come out of the dugout, talk to his young pitcher. He's really worked himself into a jam here. Still nobody out. Runners on every bag for the Cobras. And it's the top of the order now, Sean Silva. And that's enough. It looks like we'll have a pitching change. All right, so we'll take a quick break. And when we come back, nobody out, bases loaded. New pitcher for the Anchors. Be right back. All right, back after a brief intermission. New pitcher, Riley Gamble for the Thorold Anchors. Just take a look at Gamble from last season. Appeared in 12 games for the Anchors, 18.1 innings, a 1.85 whip, and a 6.11 ERA. Coach Aaron McInnes putting faith in his rookies tonight. Of course, Gamble took big strides last season and promised to take bigger ones this year. Looking to become that bona fide number 3 within the Thorold Anchors rotation. Of course, behind Kyle D'Angela. and Justin Vesio West. On the ground. Over the head of Gamble, so they'll lose the runner at home, and they'll lose everyone. Costly bobble at second by Connor Gamble. The runner comes to score. Sean Silva single. We'll get used to saying that as the season rolls on. 3-1. That one's up and in. Knocks Donnelly back a step. And we do indeed have 3-1 Cobras now. Base is still loaded, still nobody out. So a chance to really come swinging back into this game. Down away, 0-2. Or sorry, 2-0. That one's just missing away. 3-0. And he's not going to get the call there either. Ball 4. Another run comes across. 3-2. Talked a moment ago about that one inning for the Thorold Anchors, that one where they would rather leave off the scoreboard, but that often spells their demise. And we may be seeing that unfold in front of us right now. Still bases loaded, still nobody down. Batter now, Serge Gervais. That one coming to the backstop. Casilda's not going to have a play. Coming across is Cole Stewart, and this is a tie ball game. But don't go anywhere. Cobras are still threatening. So now the eyes turn to Serge Gervais. Got a brand new ball game. Big swing and a miss. That one's away. Gervais, one of the smarter bats in this Cobra lineup. So you know he's going to look for a strike here if he swings. He's able to hold off. And he runs it up to 3-1. Connor Gamble inheriting all kinds of trouble here. Foul back, stays alive. And now the runners on are his responsibility. Everything that comes across now will be charged to Gamble. And on that, Max Dabrowski sees 3 batters. Records no outs and has them all across the plate. So a rough start for the rookie. Gamble loses Gervais. This one's poised to get ugly now. Bases loaded, nobody out. And this is the cleanup hitter, the catcher, Ryan Gasnick. Oh for 1 today with a walk. And he fouls that one back and out of play. Gasnick has the power to do some real damage here against this bleeding Thorold Anchors team. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. On the flip side, if Gamble were to get Gasnick to swing here, he's got a lot of offers in behind him. So a shot to get out of this inning if he can get past Gasnick. 0-2. Got him, strike 3. Caught him looking on the outside edge. 1 down. So now here's Joe Meisner. Best batting average on the team in 2022. 0 for 1 tonight with a walk. And he takes that one, strike 1. Gamble may have found his zone here at just the right time. His team was leading 3-0 headed into the bottom of the 5th, and now we got a 3-3 tie. That one's hard and away, but the runner didn't pick it up. Bails out Krasulja and the Anchors. These were the 2 lowest ranked teams from the 2022 campaign. Both would love to start this summer off with a win. There's a shot on to second, and they got him on the tag, on to 1, double play! Boy, Meisner looked like he got up the line a little bit lazily. They didn't think they had even a shot at 2. And now they're out of a jam. Anchors 3, Cobras 3. Don't go anywhere, folks. This one's not over. Top 6 coming up. Welcome back, baseball fans. Top of the 6th inning. We've got a new batter on behalf of the Thorold Anchors. That was Nick Schwab taking a walk. Looks like he may have been hit by the pitch there. So he only sees one pitch, and Nick Schwab on his way to first. Coming up behind in the catcher, Dan Crisulja. Squares up for the bunt, but it's foul. Crisulja 1 for 2 today. Singled and a run in the 2nd inning. Squares up to bunt again. The throw down to second. That's in time. He's got him. Boy, there's the arm from Ryan Gasnick. Cuts him down. Schwab didn't get the best jump out of the gate. But he decided to test the arms of the Cobras. To no avail. That one drops down from Houghton. That's in there. Strike 1. Just about outside on that one. Three tie in the top of the 6th. One down. Losing them there. So Crisulja down to first base. And now here comes Cole Youngblood. Takes a big swing and a miss of that. Out and at him fooled. One for one is Youngblood today. 2 RBI, single in the 2nd. Capped off a 3-run inning for the Anchors, who led 3-0 at that point. He takes a big cut there. Quickly 0-2. Out in the 0-2. Oh, bends it in there. Strike 3. Froze Youngblood with the breaking ball. 2 away. That was a pitch. That is the reason why the field angle is so key, is you get to see some of those breaking ones come in, and that one must have been really cool to watch. This one shot into left. Foul. Top of the order, Dan Bocastine is up. 0 for 3 today is Bocastine. He's not had a great day at the plate. 2 Ks. And a hard hit fly out. Owen Nari makes an amazing catch to end the inning. Bogastine's made made a few catches himself out there in left field today, so he's got his just desserts in that regard. This one's on the ground. Ranging over, but not in time. Colin Donnelly. He could not get the speedy Dan Bocastine. He was on with his first hit of the game. So stick with us in through the bottom half of the inning. We'll be giving away our code word for your chance to win Welland Jackfish tickets. That one is somehow through the second baseman. Coming in to score is Dan Bocastine, and the Anchors have regained a 4-3 lead. Boy, how did that one make it through? James Spence over there at second base. It really looked like it had nowhere to go. He had it cornered. This is a hard hit ball back up the middle, a base hit. Now coming around is Bocastine, and the throw is in time. They got him. So Krasulja comes in to score on a single by Dylan Dempsey. We'll call it E4. And then Tony Brown rips a single. And Dan Bocastine can't cash. The throw is perfect. 4-3 Anchors over the Cobras. We'll take a short break and we'll be back. Bottom six. Your chance to win Welland Jackfish tickets coming up after the break. Welcome back for the bottom of the sixth inning here. Anchors 4, Cobras 3. Riley Gamble is back on the mound for the Anchors. Here to lead off the bottom of the sixth to Reed Ackland. 0 for 2 tonight. This is actually Eric Houghton at the dish right now. He's subbing into the game for Reed Ackland. Big swing and a miss from Houghton there. That one's a bit upstairs from Gamble. Good crowd on hand tonight. Inside. Gamble trying to settle in here. His team clinging to a one-run lead. Houghton fights it off. The train's here tonight at George Taylor as well. Had like 2 or 3 real good ones tonight. Not to mention some emergency vehicles. A lot of noise over here in St. Catharines today. Gamble loses Houghton. The Cobras started off the way they started the last inning, a leadoff walk. So now here comes Owen Nari. Nari on the ground, through the right side, a base hit. Houghton holds at second. And it's a good thing he did. That was a nice strong throw from the right fielder to get it back in. But the Cobras have life here in the 6th. Now, fans, it's your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets. They're flex tickets to any Welland Jackfish Baseball Club game this season. The way this is going to work is we're going to give away tickets monthly. You'll have 1 chance to enter on this stream, and then 1 on every stream that follows in the month of May. And at the end of the month, we'll choose a grand prize winner. That's 4 flex VIP tickets to any Welland Jackfish baseball game. All you gotta do is enter the code word Cobras into the chat now, and that'll give you a chance to win 4 tickets to a Welland Jackfish baseball game. That's Cobras, C-O-B-R-A-S, into the chat. And we thank the Welland Jackfish for their support again this season. So that was a brief meeting on the mound there between skipper Aaron McInnes and his pitcher Riley Gamble to settle down the young kid before he faces James Spence. And he clips him. So that talk, maybe throwing Gamble off a little bit. And now what's about to happen here? We got bases loaded again, nobody out. This is the same situation we saw last inning when Max Dabrowski got into trouble and Gamble had to bail him out. Of course, that was more of a Joe Meisner miscue than it was a Riley Gamble bailout. Jason's entered Cobras into the chat for his chance at a 4-pack of Welland Jackfish tickets. That'll run all month long. So that's still showing Anchors 4, Cobras 3. That is the correct score. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The Cobras now with the bases loaded, nobody out. Do they have a rally within them? Again, Already came back from down 3. That one's away. Derry's in the driver's seat right now against Riley Gamble. Inside, ball 4. So that run comes across. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here again. Hang tight with us. McInnes doesn't go out twice. He's making a switch. We'll be right back after this break. All right, baseball fans, welcome back. Well, looks like we have a little bit of buffering happening here. We'll get that picture back for you in no time. For now, it looks like Dalton Procession is into the ball game. We were told by Kyle D'Angelo this might happen. Right, so we got picture back. Fix the framing after the inning's done here. And this one's popped back up. And a catch And a double play. That one coming off the bat of Sean Silva. Sorry, we did before that miss Cole Stewart get hit by a pitch. The Cobras now lead 5-4. That was an important moment in the game. Dalton Procession plunks Cole Stewart on the first pitch that he throws. And this is now a Cobras lead. Colin Donnelly at the dish. Of course, we just saw Cole Stewart get doubled up at first base, so there are 2 down. Freddie giving me some love. I did get procession right. I had a good teacher. That one's popped back and over the head of the second baseman this time. Donnelly will cash a pair with his single. And the Cobras have exploded for 4 in the frame. How about a 2 RBI single from Colin Donnelly to bust this thing wide open? And boy, you really thought for a while there that the Anchors were going to take him the distance. We got a great start from Ben Dobrowski. Now we got Serge Gervais, 2 down. Big swing and a miss. Gervais hit by a line drive in the warm-up. Doing soft toss from behind the mesh. And it just a screamer from right behind the bar just caught him in the shoulder. And he shook it off, and he's playing today. And he nearly wore that one. Two down, score 7-4 Cobras. Colin Donnelly, 2 RBI single just moments ago. As the Cobras up big. And he takes that one for a strike. Doesn't look overly pleased with that one, but always cool and calm is Serge over there for the Cobras. Looked like he was going to reach. That one getting past Krasulja. So Donnelly will make his way to second on the pass ball. Gamble the throw. That one's popped straight up. Behind it there at third base is Kevin Hasty. He makes the play to end the inning. Sorry, that's Dempsey over there at third. So the Cobras strike back with 4. They lead it big. Top 7 coming up. Could that be the last frame? Or do the Anchors have a rally left? We'll find out when we come back. There we go, fans. Top of the 7th inning. Cobras up 7-4. As the home squad, they'll look to lock it down here in the top part of the frame. We got Eric Houghton back on the hill to face Dan Smith, Kevin Hasty, Dalton Procession in order for the Anchors, who look to rally back from down 3. Breaking ball just missing inside. That one's in there for a strike. So if you're just with us now, Anchors lead 3-0 in the 2nd inning, and they carry that lead all the way to the 5th until Max Zabrowski takes over for Brother Ben, and everything unravels at the seams. On the ground there, Smith is retired, 1 down. Now we got a new batter here. This is not Kevin Hasty. This looks like Riley Gamble at the dish. Takes a big swing and a miss, strike 2. The 0-2. And he misses outside. That one plunks him. The breaking ball gets away. So Gamble's aboard. This is Dalton Procession. Hasn't technically registered an at-bat yet. He's got 2 walks on the night. Like to see that bat in action, though. We've heard good things from his coach. That one's in there for a strike. One down, 1 on for the Anchors here in the top of the 7th, and a swing and a foul tip there from Procession. Anchors led for most of the night. That one's popped up. And back out of play. So we'll redo the 1-2. That one's a check swing, and it's on the ground in front of Houghton. He makes the play. There are 2 away. So down to their last out, Luis Rodriguez. 1 for 2 tonight. Singled and scored in the second. This could be the final moments of the game. 2 down. Luis Rodriguez at the dish. And they're not going to give him that one. It's outside. That one cuts in. There was some real late action on that breaking ball. Big swing and a miss there from Rodriguez. And the Anchors are now down to their final strike. Cobras closing in on their first win of 2023. They would love to get it in game number 1. Got him! Strike 3! Boy, that one ends in a dramatic fashion. Luis Rodriguez not impressed with that strike 3 call, but that's the way it ends. Final score, Cobras 7, Anchors 4. We thank you very much for joining us tonight on this presentation of NDBA Baseball. My name again is Corey LeBlanc, at That One News Guy on Twitter. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you again next time.